Hello, everybody. Dear national coordinators of the European Citizens Initiative for Unconditional Basic Income in Europe, my name is Helwig. I work for Mein Grundeinkommen in Germany, which most of you might know. Today I give my best to explain you the concept for drawing a European basic income by a raffle. Raffle is not a lottery. A lottery means that you have to pay in to get something out. There's a risk because you can lose your money. What we do is a raffle. A raffle means that you do not have to pay in. It's free and there is no risk to lose money. For example, you all might know crossword puzzles in magazines where you can win something. This is an example for a raffle. Okay, I'm now sharing my screen to show you the presentation. Okay, what am I talking about today is why are we doing a raffle? How does the raffle work? Differences to the concepts of Mein Grundeinkommen here in Germany, some legal aspects, some campaigning aspects, my proposal for split and money distribution, and a quick summary. Okay, why are we doing this? So the idea is easy. We collect money which will be raffled off and paid out for 1 year by a certain amount every month without conditions. So that's a raffle, and indeed it's a European unconditional basic income. Why are we doing this? It's very important that we do not our own in each country, so that we collaborate. We can collaborate in this project, so all attending European countries can have a good team building here, and team building helps reaching our goals properly and makes fun, I think. Second point is the raffle idea is a vehicle for financing the ECI. People donate because of two reasons. They like UBI, and it's very simple, they hope to win money. So it's a fundraising vehicle for us. And third point is successful campaigns rely not only on the activists, but also rely on a community who multiplies the idea of UBI and helps spreading the word so that we can get millions of signings for the ECI and occupy the European Commission with our topic. Okay, how does the raffle work? So first point, as far as the amount for 1 year is raised, the money will be raffled off. So there's a drawing to whom? To anybody who has registered the raffle. So we need a website and register data are name, country, zip code, email, etc. And then they are registered for the raffle and attend the raffle. We decide who can attend, so we can decide everybody from all over the world can attend, or we say all European residents or only residents from the countries which take part on the ECI, so we can prove it with the country and the zip code in the register form. Third point, to show reliability, the drawing should be made public. So every attendee get a number, and for instance, by Wheel of Fortune, we draw the winning number. So the drawing should be escorted by UBI content, appetizers, and hot discussions for trust and publicity. The first raffle event could be made in Brussels, for example, and if money is flowing, we can walk around our countries, or if there is less money, we can organize it very lean and also very well in some office location. So third point, transparent drawing of the raffle. We can make a show. Fourth point, we have a crowdfunding. This is a crowdfunding with two pots. We collect donations for the raffle and for the campaigning work. So when people register for the raffle, they are also asked for donations. And we split the donations into two pots. Yeah, one is for the raffle, so for the basic income winnings, and one pot is for the campaigning work. And how to split, we will talk about later on. Yeah, what is different to Mein Grundeinkommen? All of you who does not know Mein Grundeinkommen very well, a few numbers here. Mein Grundeinkommen is based in Berlin, in Germany. We have a community of more than 1.5 million German-speaking users. Yeah, and I'm very proud of it. There are so much donations that we can draw more than 20 basic income a month, which is more than 250,000 a month donations we get. By average, approx 600,000 users attend the raffle, which we have every 4 or every 5 weeks. On top, there are more than 250,000 euro donations, which are used for our work. So wages, office rent, marketing, IT, etc., etc. So all in all, we can say our European raffle concept, so this concept is nearly the same concept as Mein Grundeinkommen has. The only differences to Mein Grundeinkommen are the minimum age should be at 16 years. Why? At the Mein Grundeinkommen raffle, also children younger than 14 years can attend the raffle on the account of their parents. This is technically difficult, and so it's easy to set the minimum age on 16 years. We can prove that at the registration for the raffle. Yeah, also we can write this in the terms of conditions and yeah, prove it when the people register with their birth date. Second difference is we should reserve the basic income for EU residents only. Why? For the Mein Grundeinkommen raffle, everybody can attend. It is only that you have to understand German language, but there is no restriction on the attendees' country or any other restriction. So everybody could attend the Mein Grundeinkommen raffle. But because we raffle off a European basic income, I suggest to reserve the winnings for the European Union residents only. This does make sense in view of collecting signings. And the third difference is the basic income amount at our EU UBI should be at 800 euro. At Mein Grundeinkommen, we raffle off a basic income of 1,000 euro per month because it's a very handy amount. Actually, the amount in Germany shall be at around 1,100 to 1,300 approx when talking about real UBI. But in many countries, 1,000 euro per month is very high. Yeah, too high for a basic income. For example, Greece, Romania, Slovakia, and others. And also in many countries, it is very low. For example, Denmark, Sweden, Austria, and others. So technically, it is not possible to pay out different amounts of basic income depending on the country of the winners. So what I suggest is it's only fair and easy way is setting the EU medium amount. I calculated the official at poverty of risk average, and this is around 800 euro. So I think this is a very proper basic income amount for our European basic income. It's the medium, it's fair, it's easy. For some too high, for some too low, but it's the medium. Yeah. Okay, these are the differences and the legal aspects. Very short, we need a responsible institution, of course, where donations go in and which is legally responsible for the raffle. Most suitable shall be the UBIE. Then we need to consider Belgium legal aspects because they sit in Brussels, but it can also be any other existing or you set up organization within the European Union. So it could be also an organization, NGO in your country, for example. So for example, if we could not agree with the UBIE, I suggest to set the responsible institution in Germany, because we know all the legal and financial aspects here very well, of course. For now, Mein Grundeinkommen should not be the responsible institution, but we like to engage with all our expertise in this project. Second point is it's tax-free. In Germany, you do not have to pay tax on the winnings from a raffle. You do have to pay tax on the winnings from a lottery, but not from a raffle. So I think this is a European standard, but depending on the country where our responsible institution is, and we have to double check this. That is very clear. Third point is terms of condition. It's free to shape. We can write what we want, more or less. So when people register to our raffle, they have to check mark the terms of condition, which we can shape as we want. So in the terms of conditions, we set the minimum age, we set what happens if a winner does not answer within a certain period of time. We set that the attendee of the raffle have to give us a bank account number, and we set the privacy. That's the fourth point. The privacy explains why we need the data from the registration and for which use according to the EU law. Okay, some campaigning aspects at this stage. So we need millions of signings for the ECI. The raffle is very useful. It's a useful strategy. It pulls attention to the ECI signing website and helps reaching our goals, therefore. So for this collaboration, it's very important that the countries, that your countries advertise the raffle website. Furthermore, people who first come to the raffle page then could be led to your country website, where they can read something about UBI in their language and get in touch with the country's activists, support them, and even donate in that country. Second point, winner stories. The stories of the winners are very useful. They tell us more emotional stories, whereas UBI often is a matter-of-fact discussion, and emotional stories often attract more people because there is no right or wrong, and it attracts people, and it's from the personal view. When we construct the raffle website, we need your help for translating in your language, so that everybody is able to register for the raffle to win a basic income. Yeah. Third point, help getting us the raffle website translating in your language. Okay, now it's more complex. This was now the easy. Now it's more complex because we have to talk about some numbers. We raise money for both, for the basic income raffle and for our campaigning work. So the question is how to split the donations between the raffle on the one hand and the campaigning on the other hand. Campaigning means all the costs connected with the raffle, that is campaigner salary, build up a proper and nice website, open a bank account, money transfer fee, marketing tools, and many, many others. It is very important to raise the first UBI. So this is the first principle here. The first UBI helps raising the second UBI. So yeah, we should, when we have raised the first UBI, the raffle, it helps us yeah, to raise the second UBI. So I suggest a split between basic income raffle and campaigning work until the first UBI is raised from 80 to 20. And when the first UBI is raised, then we start raising the second UBI and all the others with a split of 50-50, I suggest. Okay. And how to distribute now the money between the responsible institution and the countries. So this is now the question, yeah, how to distribute the money of the second pot, of the campaigning work pot, between the countries and between the responsible institution. So first of all, the good news is we can only win. Every country can only win, which takes part of the ECI, because this is just money on top. Yeah, after many hot discussions with ECI activists from several countries, with UBI and others, I suggest this distribution based on two principles. First principle is fair is what helps us making the ECI successful. Maybe our individual opinion on what is fair might be different, but with respect to our ECI, fair is what helps making the ECI successful. So this should be our first agreement. And the second principle is respect the different structure of the ECI countries. So it's important when we consider the different number of inhabitants of the countries and other differences, and what that means on getting enough signings for the ECI. So for example, the 4 largest countries, Italy, Spain, France, and Germany, has more than 50% residents of all residents in the European Union. But on the other hand, we need all countries, of course, even the smaller ones, because we need at least 1/4 of all European Union countries getting the minimum number of signings. Yeah, so it's not only the big 4 or big 5, it's all countries. Yeah, same thing with rich and less rich countries. We need a balance. By the way, for me personally, it's not only a technical question, but also a cultural aspect, that we balance money from the rich to the poor. So I suggest a distribution of 90% for the countries and 10% for the responsible institution to cover its cost. And how do we distribute the money between the countries? It should be depending on the number of donations. Okay. Here we are. Next. Okay, second page on this. A few last numbers now to show you. I hope you won't get dizzy on this, but what does it mean for your country? I mean, everybody of you is now asking themselves, what does it mean for my country, for our NGO, regarding the ECI? How much money can flow to the campaigning work in my country? So I set up 3 scenarios of donation levels, assuming 800 euro as European UBI, assuming that 20 countries will take part on the ECI, and assuming that suggested split and distribution I presented here. The worst case scenario, we will raise 4 European UBIs, and a country with average number of donations gets 1,150 euro per year. That's not so much, but I think also a question of what you do, and it's just money on top. For example, you can buy 25,000 stickers from it, at least in Germany. In the medium scenario, we raffle off 13 UBIs, and a country will get 5,200 euros for its campaign work. And in the best case scenario, we raffle off unbelievable 26 UBIs, and a country gets approx 11,000 euro. So just to answer on how much money you can count on or just rough estimate it. Okay, my summary. First point, the Raffle is very attractive and it helps making the ECI successful to get that millions of signings. Second point here, we need a responsible institution, which can be every NGO, also in your country, but maybe the UBI, and which is setting up a Raffle website and the financial process. So third point, 800 euro is the amount for European unconditional basic income. It's the medium amount and it's very good to handle. Fourth point, split pots between Raffle and campaigning should be 50-50 after the first UBI. So remember, until we have raised the first UBI successful, it's 80-20, or how much was it? 80-20, correct, yeah. Okay, and last point, the split between the countries and the responsible institution should be 90% to 10%, and the distribution of the money should depending on the number of donations from each country. So it doesn't matter how much money comes from Romania and from Sweden. So 1 euro from Romania is equal to 50 euro from Sweden, maybe, calculating that distribution. Okay, I hope this is clear and there are not so many questions. If you still have questions which you cannot answer now in your discussion, you can write me an email or just phone me. I'm not available on Saturday. We have a big party here in our garden, but on Monday I can answer your question. Okay, thank you very much and wish you the best, and maybe we see you. Bye-bye.